Today I'd like to talk a little bit about cholesterol. I'm sure you've probably been told that eating high fat and high cholesterol food will give you high cholesterol and increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, etc. The newest studies have shown that what we have all been told over the past 30 years or so has, quite frankly, been incorrect. Numerous studies, including the Framingham study and the China study, have shown that carbohydrates, not cholesterol, cause high blood cholesterol. Not only is cholesterol not bad for you, it actually plays an important role in your health. Cholesterol is needed to manufacture vitamin D. It's needed to protect your brain. The bile salts secreted by the gallbladder, which are needed for the digestion of fat and the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, are made from cholesterol. Cholesterol is a precursor for steroid hormones like estrogen and the androgens. I know it sounds crazy, but if you don't believe me, let me quote a couple of people, not just anybody, but let me quote a couple of doctors for you. According to Dr. George Mann, who is part of the Framingham study, he said the diet heart hypothesis that suggests that a high intake of fat or cholesterol causes heart disease has been repeatedly shown to be wrong, and yet for complicated reasons of pride, profit, prejudice, and hypothesis, continues to be exploited by scientists, fundraising enterprise, food companies, and even governmental agencies. The public is being deceived by the greatest health scam of the century. According to Dr. David Perlmutter, he said, cholesterol is at most a minor player in coronary heart disease and represents an extremely poor predictor of heart attack risk. The idea that aggressively lowering cholesterol levels will somehow magically and dramatically reduce heart attack risk has now been fully and categorically refuted. The most important modifiable risk factors related to heart attack risk include smoking, excess alcohol consumption, lack of aerobic exercise, overweight, and a diet high in carbohydrates. 30 years ago, high cholesterol was considered over 240. In 1984, that number was reduced to 200. Now it's down to 180. And if you've had a heart attack, you're probably put on a statin and a low-fat diet. Everything we've been told over the past 30 years or so has been wrong, because if you look at the statistics over the past 30 years, since we've been told to do a low-fat diet, cut down on cholesterol, stop eating eggs, etc., the amount of people with high cholesterol, obesity, Alzheimer's, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and more has skyrocketed. On a side note, as a natural health practitioner, I learned all this information about 15 years ago when I was in school. We were taught that fats and cholesterol protect nerves and the brain. You'll notice all the nerve and brain health issues we have today. We were taught that acidity and inflammation were the causes of disease. We were taught that excess carbs caused an insulin response and a blood sugar spike. Sugar and carbs are both acidic and inflammatory. I suggest you start questioning your doctors, have a discussion with them, and see what they say. I also suggest doing your own research. Once this information becomes mainstream, I think we'll see a move away from statins and more toward natural health and wellness.